Hello everyone and good evening and welcome to tonight's SES special Christmas live stream. I can't believe we made it this far already into the year. I'm joined by some very special guests here in the studio. We have Mr. Chender here, who's going to be our dedicated driver for tonight, and we also have our CEO Pavel Shabor. It's great to have you in the studio again.
Thank you. Hello everybody. It's great to be here and to answer your questions.
Fantastic. So lots to look forward to this evening, folks. It's great to have you all in the chat here. I know lots of you watching over on our Steam store pages. That's on WoTr Simulator 2, as well as over on Twitch at SCS Software. And we have a lot to get through, don't we, this evening? We have lots to get through, lots of things happening. Not only do we have our very special Christmas Grand Giving event happening on WoTr right now, which we are going to be participating in. I believe Chender's on the way to get a load right now, but we'll also be having a little bit of a Q&A session. We'll be talking about a look back a bit on 2019 and maybe some even things to come as well. Do stick around. We do have some very special announcements that even might be happening as well. So great to have you all in the chat here as well. And well, first of all, I think we should kind of get onto the subject of WoTr trucks, because that is the big thing that's happening right now. It's the Christmas Grand Giving event. It started only actually 2 days ago, right? If that's correct. And already the community have reached their very first star reached on WoTr trucks, which is a significant amount. Yeah. It's great to see such a fantastic response from the community. And of course, it's all very different this year, isn't it? It's very different on WoTr trucks.
Yeah, well, we heard it repeatedly from our players that they enjoy events on World of Trucks, especially those that are more involved. People are still remembering good old Big Sur event, which was like very, like a milestone for us. So this year we thought we would do something unique again, and we wanted for people to have fun and control over what they are doing and to have some motivation to stick to doing the event if they enjoy it for longer. So the programming team devised changes to the games themselves. Well, there's a user interface in the maps for telling people what the status of individual cities is. And there is this big table or two tables on the World of Trucks website. So we hope that people are having fun delivering things with us. And overall it fits into our effort to entertain our fans for with more than just the games as they are. Give them more reasons to revisit the game and have fun with it.
That's it, and it's a little bit different this year, as you've probably seen from maybe a few more simpler kind of WoTr truck events. We have a whole system behind visiting and gaining stars in different cities. You can find all the rules over at WoTrTrucks.com, but we'll do a quick, brief kind of look over it right now. But just to double quickly check before we get onto that, if you can hear us okay and make sure all the visuals okay, let us know in the chat, folks. It'd be great to hear from you and let us know. But yeah, if you head over to WoTrTrucks.com, you can find all the extensive rules on how to take part in the gift giving event. So for the rules, if you want to take part, you need to use an external contract with a WoTr Trucks connected profile on your Euro Truck Simulator 2 or an American Truck Simulator, because you can participate in both. This is a kind of both games community event for Christmas, as it is quite traditionally, I believe, to kind of have both communities coming together. And the community aim is to get as many stars as possible, awarded to as many cities as possible across all the trucking territories. Every city can achieve up to 5 stars, and I believe some of those cities have already hit the 5-star mark. And I think Berlin was one of the first ones.
Yeah, it's been very quick. Obviously, some destinations are a starting point for many people. So let's see if people. We hope that this is going to be a reason for people who may not have covered majority of their map to go to places they haven't been before, because as many of the cities will finally reach their 5 stars, there will be some cities still left, maybe kind of less popular for some reason. But having to achieve those stars to get the community rewards, this is a good reason for people to discover new regions, new places.
Absolutely, good reason to explore and kind of check out things. And you can not only see the amount of stars that have been given on WoTrTrucks.com, but also in game as well on a special UI map that we have in game, which is a really cool update to see. And just to kind of quickly go over it, for a city to gain 1 star, the community must make 1,000 gift deliveries from that city using the provided Christmas gift trailers on WoTr trucks. And each tier is of 200 stars will unlock a unique community award with a reward at this 1,000 star mark, which we actually achieved today. We actually achieved the very first star out of 200. I believe it is the Autumn Star that was given. So that's the first tier award there, already given to you. So if you participated and achieved your personal goal in that, you can gain it through the WoTr truck system. You can have that already hanging in your truck. So already a fantastic effort from the community already. And to achieve your personal goal, you'll need to complete at least 12 deliveries of the gifts in either Euro Truck Simulator 2 or American Truck Simulator. Again, you can find all of the rules over at WoTrTrucks.com or also on our blog at blog.scsself.com. So we'll be making sure to remind you of that throughout the stream, and also doing trailer kind of deliveries here. And as you see, it's a fantastic trailer this year. I really, really love it.
There's so much love has been poured into the design of the trailer. I enjoy it. Been through several iterations with the team to make it as cool as possible, and I love it.
It's beautiful, especially the animated lights as well on the large gifts here. So hopefully everyone's enjoying it, and remember, you can share your screenshots of the trailer and you taking part in the Christmas event on WoTr Trucks through our socials, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Hashtag Xmas gifting is the hashtag to use across the socials, and if you share those screenshots, you have a chance of winning some real life physical kind of rewards or gifts this Christmas season, which includes many cool things such as DLCs, eShop vouchers, clothing items and more. We'll go over a little bit more of that a little bit later, so definitely get involved on that hashtag as well. But of course, that's not the only thing that's been happening this year. We've had quite a few streams here in the studio with various events and releases and such happening on. And maybe it'll be now kind of a good time to kind of take a look back at 2019 and kind of things that have happened within 2019. I mean, there's been a lot that's happened this year in general, right?
Yeah. Where to start?
It's a big deal.
We try hard to expand our bandwidth, our capability, our skills and our production speed. People may always question if we are fast enough in releasing stuff, but we try hard. We don't want to sleep just and enjoy, having the games out there. We are still kind of at the very beginning of our long journey to have the ultimate truck sims built. So this year, people are commenting nicely that how does it feel to have the first year when we released 3 trucks for the 2 games combined. It feels good to progress there. It also feels kind of, it's always a question mark for us. Is it enough? Have some of these trucks, some people may know that we have been building these trucks for quite an extensive period, and going through the approval rounds with the partners, with the manufacturers. Sometimes things are a little frustrating for us, and in turn possibly for the players. We definitely want to please people with more trucks and faster release pipeline. Actually, early next year, players of American Truck Simulator should hold their breath for another great announcement and confirmation of a new vehicle joining the fleet. So keep your fingers crossed for us, because you never know. We actually prefer not to talk about things too early. Sometimes we, post these hints, these images, cryptic images somewhere on our forums or somewhere that people get the signal that something is happening. But it's really complicated for us to make announcements and promise any dates and commit to anything, because what if something goes wrong in the round trip of information between us and the parties involved. So until we get the final approval, it's a shaky ground that we always may need more time to get through the finishing touches. So once we start talking about a vehicle, we are actually very self-confident about being able to finally get it into the game. So there should be some announcements in not the 1st of January, but early next year, for some news coming. So we are not sleeping there. We are still building vehicles as hard as we can.
And of course, with the recent stuff that's been happening, we've just had the Lone Star release, and that was such a fantastic release to finally have.
It's a very iconic vehicle, so it was great. And of course, it's not all vehicles. It's the world. It's tuning. It's gameplay features. there were fantastic things happening through the year, like the voice navigation. I really believe that it, at least for some people, it must have been really nice feature to complement their roots, hearing the voice nav. We have, I think, surprised people hopefully with the little mini projects, kind of pet projects of the map team, Sardinia for Italia and Corsica for the French DLC. So there are things where we try. We sometimes like these little additions to the map, these islands, they have been kind of proving grounds for some approaches or testing projects or kind of pet projects of the map design team. So sometimes it's organized, sometimes it's kind of inspirational kind of work. And of course we are continuing to work on revisiting old regions in our worlds. American Truck Simulator has been getting some improvements with road navigations, road marks. Some routes have been polished and redesigned. Our focus on the old map in Euro Truck Simulator is still there. We went through 2 rounds of updates for the region of Germany, and more are coming, not just for Germany but for other regions inevitably. We don't want to keep the game the same forever. So here's this kind of commitment, but balance between building new and maintaining, improving the old. So lots of things all through the year, and I have no doubt that next year we are going to go through another round of crazy, projects, improvements. It's a ride.
Absolutely, it's a lot of amazing things to look forward to in the future. I mean, everyone getting very, very excited as we come towards the end of the year for what 2020 might hold. As you're saying, we've had such a fantastic year for 2019, where we've seen a lot of great features, a lot of people in the chat there just mentioning across our Steam and Twitch chats, saying about how they really enjoyed the voice navigation feature. That's a big favourite among a lot of people, and even the communities creating their own voices for those kind of things as well. And of course, all the little additions here and there, we've got a couple of new islands and such like that as well. And it's just been, I think, just such a fantastic year for SES to kind of output a lot of those things and a lot of things that the community are enjoying. But of course, on a lot of people's mind right now within the chat, and also just in general, is what can we look forward to in kind of next year in the games?
Okay.
I think looking into the future a little bit, getting the crystal ball out.
Okay, my daughter wanted me to wear this, so let's make a fool out of myself here for the announcements. Well, one thing that we are ready to talk about is that the focus on the early part of next year is going to be a major revamp of our sound system.
Okay.
Our sound engineer has been working on this for a long time already, and now more or less we feel like good about where we are. So this rework, this overhaul of the sound system involves taking full advantage of the F mode library that we have included into the game, which is a really powerful sound engine for combining sounds. So in the initial stage, the truck engine sounds will get like major boost in many ways. There's more flexibility in the system for ramping up the sounds, for combining them, for actually producing the sounds that one hears inside the cabin from the sounds that are generated by the machine. The same sound set is used in both outside and inside scenario. So this finally gives us a chance to open the windows, which is a major feature that been requested for many years, and we have been basically avoiding it because we were playing until now we're still playing basically 2 independent sets of sound for the interior and exterior of the vehicle, and it's really hard. It would be really impossible for us to switch gradually between them, because there would be some interference that would be nice. But with the new sound system, where the voice, where the one sound of whether there's a turbo or whether it's like any of the noises generated, is just one source that we can kind of tweak through some filters. All this is suddenly becoming kind of easy, technically speaking. and openable windows, and interacting with the environment, kind of having different eco in different environments. All this is being a chance for us to get through the planned 1.37 update already. That's being cooked. So the first really, and I mean, if one just stands at an intersection, I was exposed to this. Of course, I'm an early kind of tester for this. Maciej, the sound guy, he asked me to just stand here at this intersection and just listen to the passing cars. And with all the stereo, with all the Doppler effect, you just get it. This is not a pre-recorded loop. Mm-hmm. This is like organic, natural happening around you, and you believe you are there because it's all, stereo or all kind of all around you. You are in the middle of it, so it's going to feel really great, and I think it's going to be a major step because it's not all just pixels. It's not just all visuals. The sound is a really important part of the experience.
Absolutely.
So sound in general should get a boost. And that's just the kickoff again with the sound. Once it's in, we have more plans for like more interaction with the environment. That's going to be coming in another kind of wave of improvements. But even the early features of the improved sound system are really major and promising to be really cool. So that's one thing. And then should we talk about it?
Sure. I think we're going to talk about it.
If people, there may be some people just casually browsing Steam now, and they may have spotted that a couple of coming soon pages have been revealed on Steam from DLC from both of our games. So we are ready to talk about stuff early this year, or for stuff that's coming much later next year. So let's confirm.
Let's do it. I think
that the first state that we will be heading to in American Truck Simulator is the state of Idaho, and already it's been in pre-production and actual production for quite some time. We now have overlapping teams that the pre-production, production, and post-production stages can run in parallel for multiple teams. So this is like the first DLC that we'll release, the first map DLC that we release for any game is no doubt going to be Idaho. And for Euro Truck Simulator, we are, people can now see like the tentative box graphics that our artist has put together to showcase our ambition, vision, and the mood.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So this is the first state, and if people just go to Steam and search for Idaho, they may be able to. Is it working? We'll check. They should be able to find the coming soon page for Idaho already. We are trying to see if it's listed somewhere. Is it Idaho?
Yeah.
It's there. Just click it. Click it.
Let's have a look at the page.
So there it is. Actually, the stream is there as well. The stream is everywhere on any DLC page. So the Idaho page is up and running, and of course, we are showing it so early because we like for players to wishlist it so that we have the kind of feedback, the kind of booster effect on us that people really want to see this happen. That's like our kind of personal goal, but it's also a very important signal for Steam Store in general. If an application or DLC is highly wishlisted on Steam Store, it helps visibility of the DLC in the future when it's released. So it's kind of gaming the Steam system by having your application or your DLC popular even before the release. So that's why we always bother people. Please click on the wishlist widget all through the year, basically. So this year we actually decided to start really early to talk about the DLC, to really gather the maximum momentum, the maximum number of wishlist entries through the year or through the period of development, to make sure that once we launch, it's a big topic, not just for the fan base, but also for the Steam algorithms running in the background. So we are lucky to confirm the first of the states. for American truck players.
Fantastic. Lots of people excited in the chat, lots of them reacting to seeing Idaho on the Steam store page, and like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that we're able to see that now, and it's very, very exciting to see what 2020 is holding for American Truck Simulator, as you said, for one of the states there. But that's not the only announcement that we have to also talk about. There's
right. By the way, this is hopefully not going to be the only map DLC for American Truck. As I said, we are running multiple teams in parallel. So, we know that we should complete the continent in our lifetimes, so we are trying hard. And here comes announcement for Euro Truck Simulator 2, and we are happy to confirm that the next state, the next region, next map edition is going to be the region of Iberia, the peninsula of Iberia. And again, we are seeing some rather early sketch from our artists to get the mood, to get the feel. So this has been requested for ages, just as any region, but for sure, I remember talking about this some 2 years ago with Pedro at Jarama, already talking about us researching it, preparing it, and the community, of course, we hope will love this edition. We did our best to research the region. The trouble with Iberia is that it's huge. It's awfully huge. It's scary for the team because the longer the total road network is, the more cities you need to cover in great detail. The more load it is on the team, and the more kind of complexity it brings. It's not just the kind of linear scaling to complexity. This complexity grows with the more people you have, the more resources you need to put in it, the more artists are there to build the bridges and unique landmarks and everything, the more complex it becomes to maintain, to manage such a project. So it's a little scary. The team feels really kind of pushed to the limits here already a year in advance. And in fact, the project has been running for quite a time. The research stages for a new map DLC start pretty much a year before the production team actually joins in. The art, the unique buildings, the new generic stuff as well, unique stuff for populating the world has been produced for many months already. So when the map team finally switches in full mode for working on the DLC, all the building blocks, or most of the building blocks, need to be in place. So we are in full production by now. We are not sleeping after releasing the previous DLC. But still, the ambition to, people want us to release a new DLCs in some reasonable time frame. It's really going to be tough. We really need the maximum effort we can put into it. We don't want to be distracted. We don't want to be, losing momentum for some other reasons. So again, keep your fingers crossed. This one is going to be tough. This one is going to be a real challenge, but it's a huge, and it's going to be a really rewarding DLC. It's a new climate. It's a much more arid region in Europe, where of course the landscape is unique. So the programmers and the artists have been prototyping some new approaches to all those rocky formations to keep it interesting for the eyesight, not to have just like boring flat something, but we need to give the region like the best coverage of fidelity that we can. So really, the new sound, the new regions, there will be some new trucks announced. So everything starts great for the new year, and I feel great about delivering great stuff for people who love our game so much, obviously, that they spend the time on a rather busy period of the year all through their several hours of streaming. So it's great.
Absolutely huge news here on the stream. So for those that may be just coming in, the announcement of that we're having Idaho as our next state in American Truck Simulator and Iberia in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Both Steam store pages are now available on Steam. You can go over there, check out a few of the images like we were just saying, and some kind of artist preview as well of those maps are now available to see at Steam, so go check it out. Go search Iberia and also Idaho for American Truck Simulator, and you can also, very importantly, click the add to your Steam wish list button, which is would also help us out greatly as well if you did that, to add that to your wish list. So get excited for that. Make sure to share it all over social media. Tell your friends, because I know both the state and also Iberia have been very highly anticipated, like you've been saying. A lot of people in the community have been talking about it for a long while. It's always been a little bit of a gap at the bottom of Euro Truck Simulator 2, but it's so fantastic that we're going to be able to fill that area and hopefully bring just such a beautiful place and kind of depict it in the best way possible. And our map team are working very hard on that already, as we said. Right, we're going to take just a couple of minute breaks between all of the questions and all the announcements, because this is obviously maybe a lot for some people. Maybe it's kind of, wow, there's so much going on in this stream. We did tell you it's going to be full of surprises, folks. We did say there's going to be a lot of announcements, but we do have quite a few things to give away during the stream. It is the time of giving, along with our Grand Giving World of Trucks events. So we do have a few prizes to give away. Some of these prizes include Road to the Black Sea Steam Key, a Utah Steam Key. We have a notebook cooling pad, which is very interesting as well. It's actually kind of cooling fans for your laptop to give away. We have one Tobii eye tracker device, which is what Chenda is using also right now to kind of look around the cab in game. We have the Road to the Black Sea t-shirt, and also a Utah t-shirt as well, which is in a lovely orange color, which is quite different to a lot of the t-shirts that we have available on our eShop, as well as a voucher for €60 that you can spend on anything on our eShop at eshop.scsoft.com. Go check it out for some last minute Christmas gifts maybe. Who knows if you might be able to get some if you're a little bit late on that. But let's give away a prize. Maybe you could choose maybe one of the first prizes we can give away from the list that we have here. Do you think we should do a Steam key first, or?
Let's start with something tangible and physical. What about one of the t-shirts?
One of the t-shirts? All right, well, I say, considering we're driving in Road to the Black Sea, I think we should give away the Road to the Black Sea t-shirt. Does it make sense? Okay. Let's do that then, folks. So we are going to give away a Road to the Black Sea t-shirt, and the way that we do this, we kind of have a keyword that goes into the chats, and we have to think of a keyword. What do you think would be a good keyword that people use to enter the competition? Maybe we could use the latest DLC announcement as it? Or
why not? Why not? Ride the wave of excitement.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Iberia here, because it's Europe.
Iberia. Okay. So, folks, if you want to put in the chat, the keyword is Iberia, and you can win yourself a Road to the Black Sea t-shirt. We'll give you a few minutes to enter into that. All you need to do is type it into the chat, and you'll be automatically entered into the competition to win, as you can see on screen, that lovely Road to the Black Sea t-shirt, which we are giving away here on stream. And of course, we'll have a few more giveaways throughout the stream as well. Lots of you already entering into that competition. There you go, as you can see the chat filling up with keywords for Iberia.
It's flying, really.
Loads of you. So for all of you who are just joining us, welcome to the Christmas special live stream. We've already had lots going on. We just had the announcements of Idaho and Iberia, which will be our next DLC map expansions coming for Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. You can add those to your wish list right now on Steam, and you can also watch a replay of us if you feel like you missed anything on the VODs that will be available on our Twitch channel. So we'll give them a couple of minutes to do that. Okay. And to get that. So remember, folks, Iberia is the keyword you're looking for. If you add it into the chat, it will automatically enter in the competition, and we will roll the winner there. All right, so where are we at? Sorry, excuse me, with the pages that were going on. So recently, maybe some people saw across our Twitter and also our social medias, we had a bit of a kind of end-of-year company meeting where you were present and giving a talk about kind of like the end-of-year things that were happening, and kind of rounding up everything, kind of almost what we mentioned at the start of the stream. And we got some quite interesting stats about that, about maybe how many people are even playing our games now. It's kind of incredible to think, even in this age and time.
We were, for a game to be successful, you have to have players that play it, that generate kind of interest in their circle of friends, or that basically, again, kind of feed the Steam algorithms to make the game visible to the public at large. So we were really surprised when Steam started publishing internally some statistics about the player base playing there, and we were the numbers that we got is that over 250,000 people are playing our games every day.
Wow.
So between American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2, over 250,000 people launch the game at least once. It may not be the same 250,000 every day, hopefully, because when it comes, this is kind of the daily active users. DAU is the kind of code for it in marketing circles, and there's also MAU, monthly active users. And when it comes to monthly active users between the two games, we are usually reaching over 2 million people playing either of the games at least once in a month. So this is again a crazy kind of metrics, crazy kind of number that we were not even fully aware of, that we don't track ourselves. We just glean it from the data that we can get. So it really shows that our games, even though they are like old games by now, through all the love and the attention that they get by us, by the modding groups, by the players, it combines into this huge hobby for so many people, this fantastic hobby that they are ready to spend the time in our worlds, discover new places, enjoy the new vehicles, participate in our crazy events. So it really feels good. It's really, for the team here, the message that so many people love the product of their passion, of their hard effort, it's gratifying. It's something that keeps us motivated to go on. So we are really happy to have our fans and to be able to share the love, back and forth for the topic, for our fantastic truck sims.
And I think it's just such an amazing number. I don't think anyone would have even expected that. I don't know if I could even predicted it would have been that many people that play our game. So I think I would say from myself, but also from the whole team here at SCS, that it would be a good opportunity to kind of say thank you for all of your active support from over the many years. It doesn't feel like it has been that long, but when we're kind of going into 2020, it's actually been 8 years now since the release of Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Unbelievable, really.
really something else to think of, and just think that we still have that many people who are enjoying our games, actively supporting us, and not only that, but helping out on the forums. We've talked numerous times here on the streams about research teams and how a lot of people from our community help with that process as well, by helping on the forums by research and feedback and testing and with the open bases and such like that. It really is great to have, as we say on our social media, our best community ever. It really is a great kind of feel good. So a massive thank you to everybody that kind of maybe even does their own thing, whether that be mods or you just play the game and actively support us. A massive thank you to everyone out there who does that, and it's great to have such a fantastic community. Very quickly, folks, we'll just wrap up this first giveaway though. Last 30 seconds, I'd say, give them 30 more seconds.
Iberia.
Iberia is the keyword in the chat to use, and we'll roll a winner for the WoTr Black T-shirt. And then once we roll winner, I'll be sure to whisper you or contact you, and we'll get you an email so we can sort out the shipping of the prize. But 30 more seconds, and we'll get you going. For everyone that's joining us, welcome. I hope you're doing well, and we've got lots more to talk about. Of course, we've had your questions that have been coming in from the community as well. We've been asking you across the forums, Twitter, Facebook, and more, and we'll be doing our very best to go through those as well. And of course, if you have any questions you want to post into the chat, feel free. We might not be able to get through all of them, but we'll do our very best in the time frame that we have here. Okay, folks, let's wrap it up. So we're going to count it down now. We'll have 10 seconds, and we'll pick ourselves a winner. So let me just get to the correct tab here, if I can remember where to find it. There we go. Or did we lose it? It's up here. There we go. Okay, 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's roll our winner. And our winner is chill_will68. A very chill guy named Will is his name. chill_will68. Congratulations, you have won yourself a Road to the Black Sea t-shirt. I will be in contact with you very shortly and kind of giving you a little whisper, and we'll grab maybe your email and we'll get in contact with you. So congratulations, you've won yourself a wonderful, as you can see here on the screen, Road to the Black Sea t-shirt.
It's really a limited series t-shirt that we only produced a few, and it's like one-time production run.
That's it.
So it's a unique thing.
And I believe there's still a few more available on the eShop, or did they all disappear now?
I am not sure.
I'm not too sure. Go check it out, eshop.scsoft.com. You'll find out there. But again, congratulations to Will. So, of course, going back into things now, folks, I know it's all very exciting, lots of things happening within the chats. Looking a bit back on 2019, we've kind of been doing a lot of things, not only within the game, but also working with a few different kind of like hardware manufacturers and such like that, to bring some exciting kind of different new aspects to the game.
Yeah. We are really lucky with the size of the community. We are kind of not really a small animal in the world of steering wheels and peripheries. So we were lucky to establish dialogue with several companies that are producing hardware that's relevant for the players of our games. There's the Tobii cooperation. Of course, we're now even playing with Tobii, and we wanted to show the options in the game for the players to see what we changed for 1.36 update. There are others. We improve our compatibility with multiple solutions for keyboard, little lights on keyboards and mice and more, which is like I would say cheap effect, but for many people it's really cool if they have indicators flashing on a hotkey that's actually used for turning them on and off, or if the game kind of provides the feedback, the visual feedback through the keyboard. So this is little cool stuff that may be nice for some players, but for us it's also important cooperation, because we are more visible across gaming industry in general. For small developers, we are still kind of small developer compared to the big guys. It's really important to be taken seriously by the industry. So it opens some doors for us. It's making it easier for us to go to trade shows and to meet our fans. So all this is kind of feeding back into the system again, into the life that we can focus into creating better games. So I think it's working great, and we'll be looking for more. We have been with HyperX. You have been. A major event that we wouldn't be there otherwise. It was just a nice invitation for meeting the fans in a region of northern Germany. So these opportunities pop up all through the cooperation with our partners, and we are really lucky to be and privileged to be able to establish such relations with the hardware manufacturers, with the industry. And it's as important for us as the transportation industry relations and eventual deals and agreements that we come up with there, because we actually are sitting on two chairs. We address the transportation industry. We scratch the itch there to some extent to be visible, to be important, and also we need to always cater to the players, to the fans, to the gaming industry side of it all. So there are two opportunities for us, but also two lines of responsibility for the team to travel to places, to spend the time on the road, which I know it's not that easy. I've joined you a couple of times. I know how difficult the life on the road is. If you go somewhere, it's always some hotels of various quality, and early in the morning you have to start to get the place arranged already. So I know it's a tough life, and I totally appreciate the team's hard effort. But we love to be there for the players. So I think there is some satisfaction seeing the bright eyes of people coming and playing the games. So really, it's great to be in cooperation with so many great partners, and we just hope that we are going to establish even more friendships and cooperation.
Of course, they all come.
Should we
Sure.
look at the Tobii
I was actually going to say it's great because, of course, when we have these kind of partnerships, or when we work with these different companies and different manufacturers and stuff, we do then kind of get some really cool things that the community benefit from. And one of those such examples is actually the Tobii eye tracker, which Mr. Chendo is using right now. Maybe you haven't noticed, but he's not even wearing any headgear as such, because the Tobii eye tracker uses, of course, your eyes, and it does have the head tracking ability as well. And we've talked a little bit about these in the past, but recently it received quite a large update within our game, within the 1.36 update that which just happened, which added a ton of new options for the Tobii eye tracker, which maybe we can just take a quick look at now. Maybe if Chenda could open up the options menu, if he's free to do that. And we'll just have a very, very quick glance at them. Hopefully the drivers behind him won't be too annoyed that he's stopped the traffic, but I'm sure they'll be fine for just a few moments.
Oh, there is pause. You mean the Tobii, yeah?
Yes, yeah, if we head to the... So you can find it under controls here. And before, I believe there was only a couple of sliders, but now we've, if you scroll to the bottom, I believe, there's now, if you click on configure here, yeah, that's it. And you can see there's a lot more options. So of course, when we work with manufacturers like this, creating this kind of hardware where you can kind of immerse yourself in the game much more, you know, we give you more of these options based on your feedback, which I know a lot of the guys over at Tobii were on the forums and on the Steam community asking for your feedback and such. And this is kind of like the output of it. This is the positive side of working with these companies. And it's great to see that we're able to kind of provide this new sort of content for our players. And I guess we hope to do more of this in the future.
Usually we start looking in something cool because it's a nice toy, but before you know it, you have to go deep into understanding the hardware or the concept or the logic behind it. So actually, we were, from the first iteration of the support code, we went through another major redesign or wave of improvements based on feedback from players, based on feedback from Tobii. We even had an engineer parachute into Prague to help us look into the issues. So it was really cool, and taking full advantage of the device is great. I don't know if we are there yet. Certainly the ambition is there.
Absolutely.
But if there is more feedback for improvements, we will keep on chipping it away so that it's perfect. But it's really cool because I understand. For me, I'm a geek. I love gadgets, and I know that eye tracking historically has been a really tough nut to crack. It's really a computationally hard task. So this not so expensive device, I would say, considering everything, works in my eyes really great. And if somebody needs unobtrusive tracking for improving the way that they look around the cabin, I think it's great. And I of course we've been happy or lucky or fun and happy to go to work with devices like Trek IR, which require you to wear some piece of reflective material on your head. This thing works like magic without anything else. So it's another step for there's no barrier between you and enjoying the virtual experience. It's really cool.
Yeah, the technological advances is amazing to see how you can, find ways to immerse yourself even more within, virtual trucking or whatever hobby it might be that you have. And actually, very nicely from the Tobii guys, very quickly, just want to say some massive thank you to them for helping us in creating all the new options and stuff you can do for the Tobii eye tracker. But also, you can receive a very special percentage off. I believe it's around 20% if you would like to purchase a Tobii eye tracker So you can use the code ETS2_RBS, that's like Road to the Black Sea, ETS2_RBS at gaming.tobii.com, that's with a double I. So you can go check that out and go check out their page as well. They've got all support for Euro Truck Simulator 2 and have a lovely page about how you can utilize it within our game. But of course, that fantastic new options came with 1.36, but that wasn't the only thing that came with 1.36. We saw lots of new additions and features, and another big one which was on a lot of people's mind, I think this time last year, if I remember doing the Christmas stream then, was Directx 11. And a lot of people have been asking across our forums and such, and what are the benefits that we're now starting to see from Directx 11?
Well, Directx 11 has been, I've been talking about it for years, that we need to make this step of abandoning the old APIs and start really moving into the new century. This wasn't without issues, without controversies, because to some extent, players on a very old computers, like a 10-year-old computer, may no longer be able to keep up with the updates. To some extent, we can save the day by switching to OpenGL, But then OpenGL is also being kind of abandoned by manufacturers in favor of the new APIs. So eventually we may lose some players, but hopefully we didn't lose that many, and they're still free to switch to a branch on Steam and at least keep on playing the game without the update. But DirectX 11, as it's been put into the engine now, into the code base now, it doesn't really bring like visual magic to full extent yet. It's still the start of the story. The switch has been done. We are reasonably stable now. There have been some issues with alt-tabbing in and out of the game. There have been some issues on Mac with the high resolution displays, making the game play at 4K natively and actually 8K under the hood, which was too much for the computers. We tried to sort out all these little things through closed beta, open beta. Actually, we had to hotfix some of these things after the release. We are sorry that some of these things slipped through, even through extensive testing, but we are getting better at this. So for now, DirectX 11, all it has brought is a little boost to speed. We believe in most scenarios we have seen 10-15% boost in speed from just having a more modern API that's closer to current hardware capabilities. But this is just the start. Now, there's a plan for the next few months of the next year, the new year, of a project that we call internally Jump or Big Jump sometimes. It's like the internal code name. And it's actually taking advantage of the cool features that have been now made accessible to us with the new API. So the teams here, the art teams and the supporting programmers are all looking at the textures, the shaders, and the effects. We are not sure yet. This is kind of a little bit unknown territory. Mm-hmm. We are not sure how many months we'll be hiding in the cave and working on this really hard. But in parallel to all the map production, which needs to work progress at its own pace, the effect teams and the art team will be improving the looks of how light works in the system, in the environment, to have it like true HDR range of light that we can work with, to work with ambient occlusion in the world, so that surfaces in the world feel more kind of naturally connected with light and shadow. There's more normal maps to appear on surfaces, so less flat worlds and more kind of rough patches along. So lots of stuff needs to fit together for this to work, but 1.38 should be quite a visual jump that should elevate both games and all the content, whether old or new, to kind of new standard in visual quality. So that's a massive project that is building on top of current implementation of DirectX 11, and we really think that there's so much cool stuff that I've already seen from the labs, like much better sky and then much better fidelity of colors as they are affected by different light in the environment. So lots of cool stuff to look forward to. It's not just content, it's also visuals, it's also features. So DirectX 11 is still a road that we need to take to really take advantage of all the cool stuff available in the engine now.
And I think it's something that a lot of people are going to be looking forward to, but we can't wait to see the outcome of it. And of course, that's an effort of all the hard work that's happening here at SES Software. But that doesn't go without saying a massive thank you to everybody here at SES Software that kind of contributes to creating these things and making changes and such, because the team has gotten so large now. I mean, you're probably the best person to ask about how you've seen the growth, because obviously you came from the very start when you were just a few people, and now we're up to such a huge number. And we actually had somebody who was asking from our Twitter, if I can quickly find it here across our pages. I probably should have had this a little bit more prepared. If I can find the question here, was from Ad Warren on Twitter saying, What are the current team sizes working on ETS and ATS, and maybe we can also go over the company size as well.
Yeah. Well, every stream we basically are kind of shocked to realize that we keep growing. At this point in time, SES is pretty much 180 people sitting internally in our offices here in Prague, and we have a group and kind of scattered group of contractors contributing on at full-time basis here in the country as well as abroad, and that is a total of almost 40 people. So if I round it up a little bit, 220 people now contribute full-time to the games. And there are some professions or some specialties, some like programmers jobs that are contributing to both projects, and then there are specialist roles, map designers for one or the other game, or vehicle people working on one or the other vehicle for one of the other universe. They are split pretty much equally. We try to not to skew the production to either of the games. So let's say 60-70 people are really dedicated to just the game, and then on top of them or next to them or helping them is programmers, testers, PR and marketing, of course, fantastic HR, fabulous reception leads, and everything works nicely for this big animal to work. It's for me, I've spent the first decade of the company has been a really tiny team, a small team, 10 people, 12 people, usually less. So for us, this is still a shock that I don't know if I ever recover from the shock, but this is also a push that's coming from the outside. Fans out there, players out there just want more from us and better. So it's inevitable. We had to scale up. We are still learning how to scale up the production, but we try our best. We try and fail sometimes, but very nice sunset.
Beautiful.
we try hard to be good shepherds or stewards of the franchises that we have somehow magically created. So let's cross the fingers again that we can work with the size of the team. There are still some positions open actually. We still have a few empty chairs here at the office to grow to some maybe 20 more people with comfortably. So we are still eyeing for talent. We are still looking around if there's more talented map designers, if there's more talented artist programmers. There's always openings on our jobs page at scs.com. But we really hope that we are reaching some point of stability. We are now a massive team. We just need to work smarter, not just harder, but smarter about how we organize, how we implement best practices, because there are, of course, a lot of junior people, a lot of newbies that are talented but kind of, need their skill set polished or need to adjust to how the teamwork pipeline kind of works. So it's a big load on the seniors in the company to really support all the new kids on the block, to get the raw talent to produce the best results. But there are some it's so great to see the newcomers to contribute, to shine, to raise the bar in some cases. The team that's been working on Utah is now working on the new DLC, and they are so much more productive. So much cooler stuff is already happening in a short amount of time. So I'm really hopeful that the current pace of production can be further improved. Again, we mentioned that Iberia is a beast of a project, but still we dare to do more. We dare to do bigger regions. We didn't dare to do, obviously we announced Idaho. We didn't dare to do Texas yet. In case of American Truck Simulator, it's a scary monster. Texas is huge.
Massive, yeah.
And we try our best not to have a big pause, to have a big gap between DLC releases there. And if we could throw everything into Texas and just do it within, 18 months, but then there will be nothing preceding it, and there will be probably nothing long behind the release point. because everything would be kind of sucked into the production of this major DLC.
Mhm.
So we are still fine-tuning the production and team structures to be able to do Texas in parallel with another state or two. There is some success, there is some really promising pre-production and research on that, but really we are ready to announce Idaho, we are really ready to announce Iberia for Euro Truck Simulator 2, but some of these projects are still, even with the team the size that we have achieved, is still kind of too daring for us to try, but we are not losing hope. It's all on the horizon. It's just that we are ready to commit to some announcements and not more.
That's it. So lots of things happening here at the offices here in Prague, and like I was saying, I mean, I've only been here for just over a year and 2 months now, and I've even seen a lot of new faces coming into the office. And if you think you could fill one of those seats, then head over to jobs.scssoft.com, check out some of the positions that they have there. We're always looking for some new and fresh, talented people to join our amazing team here at the offices, and it's just really crazy to see how things are changing and where people are working on. And like you said, with the just recently, if you've missed out, folks, they recently announced Iberia and Idaho for American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's just great to see the work that's happening and the pace is starting to move at now. And I think a lot of people are excited at the vision of the future, where maybe we might even see more map expansions kind of coming out the pipeline and other content in the future as well. But speaking of large teams, we're also having a large giveaway as well at the moment. I think it's time to give away another gift.
Let's do it.
Let's do it while we're here. And also maybe we're on the subject of Idaho, once this job is over, our driver, Mr. Chender here, once this job is over, I think he's not too far away from the delivery point. Maybe we could switch over to American Truck Simulator.
Yeah, let's spread the love.
Okay,
fully.
we'll do that after that one.
Let's contribute to the tally. Let's contribute to those many stars that we ask our community to collect.
Mm-hmm.
To win, or how to put it, to succeed in the event.
Yep. So don't forget
Meanwhile,
to take a look.
what are we going to give away for now?
Yeah, well, we just gave away a Road to the Black Sea t-shirt, so I think now that we're switching over to American Truck Simulator after this delivery, do you think we should give away the Utah t-shirt that we had? That was obviously our most recent release.
Let's do 2 t-shirts in a row.
Two t-shirts in a row?
Okay.
Sounds good. We'll do that. And of course, there'll be plenty more gifts to give away as well, folks. We've got Steam keys, we've got cooling pads, we've got the Tobii eye tracker device, which we talked about not too long ago, and as well as a voucher for the eShop as well. So let's get on to that. Let's do another keyword giveaway, folks. I think that's working the best at the moment. So let's get on to that.
Do you think people can speculate what kind of keyword you will choose?
I mean, it might be a bit obvious to some. Maybe people will start typing it already in the chat. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. I think some people already know what it might be. Already some people typing it. I think they know. So for those who already know, the keyword is going to be Idaho, which is our recently announced map expansion for American Truck Simulator. Very, very recently. You can check out the Storm page on Steam. Make sure to add it to your wish list, and also the same for Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well. Massive announcement for Iberia Euro Truck Simulator 2, very highly anticipated, and of course a lot to look forward to in the future. Again, keep an eye on our socials and also on our blog as well for now and into the new year, because we're not too far away from 2020 now, for lots more news on that as well. So Idaho is the keyword, folks. If you put that into the chat, you have your chance at yourself winning a lovely coloured orange Utah t-shirt, which I think is very appropriate considering the red rocks that are found in Utah, and of course all the beautiful landscape that you can find there as well. So
have you pressed the magic button yet?
Yes,
okay.
It is going right now as we speak.
I don't understand the interface, but
yeah, as soon as you type it in, it's good to go. Anyone that types the word Idaho is is going to be eligible, and that's going to be a lot of people. So good luck to everybody. If you're joining us, folks, welcome to our special Christmas live stream. I can't believe we're at this time of year already. I can't believe it's come around so quickly. I think it's just the years just flown past with so many fantastic releases and stuff, which we've had recently. We've been asking you to ask your questions as well across our social media for answering from Pavel Chiro, who's kindly joining us and taking his time out this evening close to the festive season. So thank you again for being here.
I'm happy to be here, absolutely.
And of course, we have our World of Trucks Grand gift giving event happening on worldoftrucks.com right now as well. We're going to get a quick update on that. I think we might have gained a few stars in the process. We started off at 218 and we're now at 242 stars reached. So people already well on their way to the next tier.
I wonder if we are not in trouble because the event may be unfolding faster than we thought. It's nice, the level of engagement is it's never bad for people to be that fast, but 1,000 stars is definitely within reach at this pace. So we'll see.
It is, and lots of cities are already collecting their stars across American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. You can participate in both using external contracts on WoTrTrucks.com. So 42 out of 200. I believe we'll probably see a few of those added tonight after gaining the first reward, and of course the weekend approaching as well already. You can find all the rules at WoTrTrucks.com or in-game if you have a WoTrTrucks connected profile, or on our blog as well, blog.scssoft.com. Right, we'll give you another minute, folks. And I believe we'll be switching over to American Truck Simulator in just a few moments, so make sure to use the keyword Idaho in our stream, and you'll have the chance of winning a orange Utah t-shirt. All right. Still lots to talk about. We've got plenty of pages here.
Am I still wearing this actually?
Yes.
I'm in festive mood, I guess.
Yes.
A little Santa. My daughter wanted me to wear it, so hello, Babetta. I did as I promised.
That's it, keeping the
full
promises.
of myself.
All right. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the future there. Okay, folks. So we'll give you 30 more seconds. Idaho is the keyword in the chats. And thank you again to everyone that's been joining us so far this evening across our Steam stream. Almost 2,000 of you watching from there, and also on our Twitch as well. Lots of you watching from there, I believe. Almost 774 of you. So lots of you joining us this evening. It's great to have you all along. And usually I ask where people are watching from, but I think this might be the wrong time to do this because they're trying to spam the chat with Idaho at the moment. So maybe not the best time to confuse people. All right, so we'll give you 10 more seconds, folks. We'll do a bit of a countdown. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to roll the winner for the Utah t-shirt. A massive congratulations to Motorcycle is the name. Motorcycle. I'll get in contact with you in just a few moments, but congratulations, you have won yourself a Utah orange t-shirt. It will look lovely on you, I'm very sure of it. And we'll get your details for shipping that out soon, so congratulations. But do stick around, we have many more little gifts here and there to give away. And not only that, you don't have the opportunity just here in the stream, but also throughout the duration of the WoTr Trucks event, we're giving away multiple of these prizes, so keys, vouchers, and clothing, and much more, just by using the hashtag Xmas gift giving on our Twitter, Facebook, or on our Instagram. You can share a screenshot from you, as Chenda is beautifully demonstrating here with your beautiful trailer. Share that as a screenshot across any of those social media platforms with the hashtag, and you could win yourself one of those prizes. I believe the winners will be drawn on the 29th of December. So congratulations again to Motor Psych. Right, shall we get back into some of the questions that have been coming through from our audience before we switch over to American Truck Simulator in just a few moments. If I can find it here, the one that I'm looking for correctly here. Going on to the subject of trucks, a very important subject, of course, in our game. Hydra_Dominatus saying, would there be the possibility for tuning packs in the future for ATS trucks, and maybe even just talking about trucks in general, because we mentioned a little bit earlier in the stream where you were mentioning about some American trucks. But is there anything especially cool for some ATS players, maybe for some people that missed out?
Well, we're hoping to be able to announce a new truck for ATS early next year. And we have more in the pipeline, there's more in production, but it's about being ready and being to some extent through the early part of the approval process with the manufacturers. So there's announcements coming, some of them early. So trucks are on the horizon for both games. As for the tuning elements in particular, we felt that we shouldn't do it too early in the lifetime of the game, because initially we were troubled by not having enough manufacturers in the game, by not having enough brands. So if we were going deep with either of the early adopters, we may be kind of unfair towards the other brands. As more brands are joining now, fortunately, as more trucks are being licensed, there's coming a time when we will look into tuning packs for for ATS as well, as we are looking for ETS2. So don't lose your hope. We are not ready to announce anything, but of course we know that there's so many cool tuning options that people would love to apply to their vehicles, that such stuff is going to happen eventually, of course.
Great. So lots of people there very excited about the concept of it. Lots of people saying in the chat here, maybe giving their speculation of what other things they might be seeing in the future as well. And speaking of trucks, and also the World of Trucks event that we have happening right now, this is obviously not the only World of Trucks event we've had throughout the year. We've had quite a few of them, and one of our big ones and charity-wise was the Pink Ribbon Charity event, which was such a fantastic event. It was the last joint event that we did.
This was really massive undertaking from us by going kind of outside of our comfort zone into like facing the trouble of the real world, and it was repeatedly reminded us that several truck manufacturers are actually themselves very active in the field. The Pink Ribbon campaign that we did is not our invention by far. It's us joining a movement that's been out there for many years. So we tried our best to contribute, to educate ourselves, to educate the community about the importance of doctor checks. Just realizing the scale of the issue, which is worldwide. It doesn't discriminate between regions, ages. It's an issue that we feel we should focus on, and the community shared the responsibility and the importance of the topic. So it's an example of a more engaged event that World of Trucks platform can do, and we can do it there. And the result was incredible. We supported until now. I think we had 3 beneficiaries of our campaign that we contributed something on the order of 10,000 euros, $10,000 to each of these charities or each of these research institutions, which is really making a difference. It's really affecting people's life. This is not some small change. This is not just a gesture. This is really making a difference. And we'll see, maybe we'll be in the future ready to open other deep topics, or maybe we'll just be entertaining people just like now in the Christmas goofy giveaway event. But our platform is so huge now. There's really, as we mentioned before, 2 million people playing our games. This is enough of like the initial snowball that we can roll to further visibility, to further spreading any message that we feel is important. So this is one example of an important message that we thought is worth bringing up as a topic. There will be more hopefully engaged or deeper events on World of Trucks. Something like Big Sur is always requested if we can come up with something like that. So we're looking at opportunities to maybe build new industries in the world, kind of in real time, if we invite people to help us build a factory and have it pop up into the world 2 weeks later. Some events of this type may be cool and give people a reason to really go to places again. We are looking at maybe rebuilding some structures that need rebuilding. More of that early next year. So the event system is a really nice thing to have. At the same time, it's something that we need to balance with development of new features, new regions, new stuff, because it's the team size, the team bandwidth is always limited, and you always have to choose something at the expense of something else. So if we work hard on events, it takes away valuable programmers' time, it takes away some design time, and either it goes into the event or it goes into the core game and stays there. So it's about being able to grow the team capability, grow the team bandwidth, grow the team size, balance the available resources, people, time.
Can you switch?
Yeah.
Let's switch. Okay, nice delivery, nice contribution.
That's it, yeah.
Another one little point towards WoTr 2's tally. So the events are really incredible. I would, if it was up to me and I could just freely choose, I would do a never-ceasing stream of events. But realistically, we may do only a few per year at this current pace. In parallel, we are trying to do more streamlined tools to be able to operate and maintain the events, so that there's no need anymore, ideally, for babysitting the events, but for balancing the server loads and stuff. A lot of things is now happening kind of manually by the programming team. It's kind of demanding on their focus and time. We would love to be able to operate events more, like in a more easier manner and more frequently as a result. We will see. We try to put more focus into this, and given enough time, we'll get better about this for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I think people are going to be a lot of agreements. I've seen a lot of people saying it in the chats here on Steam and on Twitch, that people really enjoy the joint events that we're seeing here, where the community really have to come together to kind of achieve a goal or a task, like you're saying with Big Sur. I remember seeing lots of pictures from folks from all over the world really taking part in that and really dedicated to that cause. And even crazily seeing from our community, from the unofficial multiplayer modification, that there was even queues of like 4-hour-long people being patient in traffic just to deliver their loads, which is really just amazing to see across our social media. So it's always such a fun time of year when we have these WoTr trucks in front. And of course, the pink ribbon one was really fantastic, just to see the kind of the outpouring of support from everyone who was not only maybe supporting us through the WoTr trucks, but also by purchasing the pink ribbon charity event packs, which are the pink ribbon paint job packs, which are still now available on Steam if you wish to buy them.
We keep on every single cent, every single dollar, euro, whatever currency we ever earn from these DLCs, we are going to always apply to the good cause. We're not keeping any of it. So if people are still in the mood, there may be more. A year from now, there may be another kind of reminder of this, as the world is revisiting the topic again in the autumn period. Mm-hmm. So it's something that's ongoing, and that's our commitment for a longer period than just once and then forgetting about it. I keep looking to the screen that Mr. Chenda is playing and driving the new International Lone Star. Yeah. People commented on how high detail there is on the vehicle, and how well the cabin has been in great detail modeled. Mm-hmm. Big thanks, of course, to the guys building the model. Big thanks to a very patient team at International that's been providing us the references, the 3D CAD files. We've been there at their facility to photograph the details down to like millimeter precision. So lots of effort going into creating a new truck, into making it go alive, into going the dashboards alive, and the levers and the animations. So it's a very involved work. It's many months and many years of work on multiple people, the creators, the testers, the researchers. So it's great. Anytime we have a new truck added to the games, it's a proud moment. It's a great success. It's a great achievement. So I'm looking for more announcements and more trucks to be introduced into the games next year.
Very, very excited for it indeed. And of course, like you're saying, the Lone Star received such a fantastic response across our social media. Lots of you sharing your screenshots and tagging International and using the hashtag as well, Lone Star ATS, and showing off all of the kind of different combinations you've been using the truck and your thoughts and such on it as well. And the big general consensus is that they really do like it. And of course, it might be a bit different to other trucks that you might see on the road. It's obviously not quite like a common look for trucks to have such a large front grille, maybe, but for us, and I think for a lot of people, they can agree as well, it really is a kind of a very unique, and you cannot mistake it. When you see it on the road, it's not mistaken for anything else.
Generally speaking, for us Europeans used to these kind of short nose or no nose truck cabins, the American style is kind of exciting and maybe alien at the same time. So the designs try to be unique and catchy, and this one is definitely unique and very kind of powerful images. It's radiated when you see such a vehicle.
That's it. Well, if you're just joining us, folks, welcome. We're joined by Pavel Shabor here in the studio for our Christmas special stream, and we also have Chenda, who's driving behind the wheel as well, and we're going through a lot of things. We had quite a few fun announcements, and we're doing some giveaways as well. We're also asking for your questions as well. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. We'll try choose a few towards the end to answer as well. But we also had some that we've been asked across our social media to ask as well. And a few of you across our social media were asking about World of Trucks, because obviously we're having the event right now, but asking about the ultimate plan of it or the progress of it. Is there anything maybe you could share a bit more in detail about the whole system itself?
Well, World of Trucks is a name for a whole kind of host of services or philosophies, or maybe you cannot even call them products, but kind of risks and a pool of our wishes and desires and dreams. Obviously, people know World of Trucks as a place where they can upload screenshots from the game and just vote for the best. It's a community portal that we have that already over 3 million people have registered there, which is a huge number. And they obviously came and hoped for more than just uploading screenshots. So World of Trucks is the ultimate vision for the massive multiplayer game that we would like to build. When we started, and it's, 5 years ago now, honestly, we were hoping for, giving people more. We're not there yet with the vision. It's scary how for us with the single player game that we have and that we need to also maintain and move forward, how much work there is involved to also add massive multiplayer, to add the persistency, to add the elements for virtual trucking company support. But we keep working on this. We keep conquering the internal milestones. We keep trying hard. We're not losing hope and momentum there. It's just that World of Trucks in the grand vision is not around the corner yet. So we use World of Trucks for other stuff, obviously for the events, which actually under the hood are running on the infrastructure that's going to be available for the massive multiplayer game. The game, if you're playing an event on World of Trucks, the game is sending packets back and forth with the back end, with the servers in the cloud for checking on your position, so you cannot really teleport without being caught cheating. So there's elements of the multiplayer code are there already when you play an event. It's just that events eventually would be just one area of the possibilities, of the range of possibilities that World of Trucks should be bringing to players. So the vision is still there. I mean, every Christmas I'm talking about how it's coming already. It's really a big project that we keep adding people. We hired new talent with the vision to strengthen the team size there as well as generally being able to produce more stuff, more cool features for the games. So we just need to ask our players to be patient with us. The vision is still there, the dream is still alive, and we keep chipping away at this.
All right, so lots of work to do in the future, but of course we'll keep you updated as best as we can with little sessions like these. These streams always are great to have when we get to talk about these things, as well as on our blog and our social media as well. But it's great to hear kind of a little update. I know lots of people in the chat were excited to hear a few little different things about World Trucks and adding to the team as well. Speaking of, we should probably do another gift giveaway. I think we've still got quite a few to give away. I think we can do another one. I believe we've given away our 2 T-shirts now, so we will do another one. Which one do you think we should do? We have still a Road to the Black Sea Steam key to give out, a Utah Steam key.
Well, maybe let's mix in something from our kind partners.
Sure.
Why not? We mentioned Tobii here that we are playing with the device. Why not try and see if people are interested in an eye tracker for playing the game?
Sure, okay, let's do that then. We have the Tobii eye tracker device, the Tobii eye tracker 4C, which a massive thank you to the Tobii team for providing us with one of these to give away. So I think people are quite interested in having this as a prize, so let's get the giveaway started, shall we? We're going to do another keyword giveaway, folks. And what do you think the keyword should be? Do you have any ideas?
I'm lost for ideas. What have you prepared any words?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, considering it's an eye tracker, maybe we can just put the word eye, or we could use the word Tobii. What do you think?
Yeah, let's use the name of the device, because
Okay.
eye is such a common word that maybe it's
true.
been mixed somewhere into the conversation.
So
Let's just say Tobii.
we'll do Tobii as the keyword, folks. So that's now active for you to win on the stream here. The Tobii Eye Tracker 4C, so it's Tobii Tobii. It has a double I on the end, so maybe a little bit more confusing, but you can win one of these, as beautifully demonstrated by Chenda here as he's driving with the eye tracker device. So if you would like to enter in for that giveaway, use the keyword across the chats, Tobii, Tobii, and you never know your luck. You might be receiving one of these as a early little Christmas present, or a Christmas present from us here at SES, or late present even, actually, yeah.
We may not be able to ship it
in time, but a Christmas present nevertheless. And of course, this is not the opportunity that you'll have to win some great prizes such as the Tobii Eye Tracker. You can do it as well. You can enter as well by using the hashtag Xmas Grand Gift Giving on our social media. That will enter you automatically in for a competition if you share your screenshots. So that's hashtag Xmas Grand Giving, and share your screenshots of your WoTr event progress or your gift trailers or such. So we've got lots of people in the chat throwing Tobies in the chat there. And of course, folks, you can continue to send us your questions as well, because we'll have quite a few of them to go through from some of our users here as we go through, of course. Lots of you asking lots of different questions, and of course I don't think we're able to reveal everything on the stream this time around, but we'll do our very best to get through things. And of course, if you don't know already, we had the announcement earlier, very, very exciting, of Iberia for Euro Truck Simulator 2 and Idaho for American Truck Simulator. Very, very exciting indeed, and I think it's the first time we've ever actually announced this, like
this
DLC
early,
like this on a stream.
The
right?
logic is changing.
Yeah.
Some years back, we would be teasing people just like a few weeks basically before the release to confirm. Now that we got more confidence in our process, we are ready to share the announcements earlier. And also, as I explained, for building the momentum on the Steam platform, it's important to be visible. It's important for the whole what's called discovery process, where players are presented with new content coming to Steam. So we are going to bother our fan base again and again through the year to please add the DLC to your wish list, because it makes a difference for eventual launch of the DLC and the visibility that our games in general are getting. And frankly, the more visible we are, the more there is a chance to grow the community, to grow the sales. And with better sales comes bigger team, and bigger team comes more content produced and more features to get added to the game. So it's selfish, but it's useful, and it's important for the whole process to get the support and be visible. So we are lucky to we are happy to announce the major DLC map additions, and that's not all. We discussed the features, we discussed the plans for the new sound. So cool stuff coming. Lots
of exciting stuff. So make sure to add those to your Steam wishlist. Both store pages are now available to check out on Steam. So yes, Iberia for Euro Truck Simulator 2 and Idaho as well. Yeah. You can find the links popping up.
Right, hype trains.
The hype trains are going in the chat. Lots of people getting excited for it. So definitely add those to your wish list. You'll receive all the information you need as well through our blogs and our social media as well. So remember, folks, we're doing the giveaway right now for the Tobii Eye Tracker 4C, and you can enter the giveaway by using the keyword Tobii, that's Tobii in the chat, and they'll enter you into the giveaway, and we'll roll it in just a couple of minutes. But let's move on to another question here. Well, I know that it kind of has popped up in the community in the past, not so one that's just been asked right here, right now. But with the recent releases of the map expansions, we had, of course, Road to the Black Sea, and we also had Utah as well. Some people were asking, how do you kind of figure out the pricing for these things? Is it something that you kind of have to decide on, or how does it work in that range?
Pricing is always difficult. We kind of established a pattern we try to stick to. It's a journey that's spanning multiple years. With we release the game, and then you see what's happening, and when we released the games, so surely when it released Euro Truck Simulator 2, those 8 years ago or so, we had no idea that it's coming to become a platform, that it's something that we can expand, that we can go on developing, expanding, improving. It just so happened, and we are really, privileged to be in this position. But the new DLC are basically the fuel that keeps the company moving forward, that keeps the games moving forward. So we have to price them in a way that will help us survive and help us operate. At the same time, we know that we cannot scare away people by pushing the prices, and the vision of buying a whole continent worth of DLC at a huge price, at a huge total, is kind of scary. So we try to see, can we bundle this together for the loyal people to get nice discount, nice bargains out of this. We do this with various versions of bundles, various discounting events, but we are really proud that the community understands the dilemma we are facing. We pour back everything we get, investing it back into the games, that we have to find ways to monetize, it's a nice word, monetize the work that we create. That's why we create these map DLCs, the tuning packs, the paint job packs, the trailer packs. All this is contributing to being able to maintain and sustain a team of our size and to produce new stuff. That's the way the games industry is working. We are not switching to free-to-play only to have you buy fuel or something, as many free-to-play mechanics would dictate. We try to be fair and open about the pricing. We try to give you some indication and also an opportunity to kind of game the system or wait for a discount later on when, as the DLC get older, we are more open to discounting the older DLC just to help fuel production of the new stuff. So this is like a sensitive topic. Usually it's me personally kind of ultimately dictating things. And I hope that I'm, perceived as being fair and kind of reasonable about this.
All right, well, thank you for sharing some insight on that. Obviously, a little bit of a sensitive subject, but one that quite a few people were asking about over the past few months on our socials. And let's wrap things up here with the Tobii eye tracker giveaway, folks. We'll give you 10 more seconds to enter it now, and we'll roll ourselves another winner for tonight's stream. Like I said, though, you can share your screenshots on our social media using the hashtag, and you can be entered in to win more of these prizes over Christmas. All right, so 5 seconds, folks. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna roll the winner here. Congratulations to Taizun. That's Taizun. Congratulations. You have won yourself a Tobii eye tracker 4C PogChamp. He's very, very excited. We'll get in touch with you. We'll send you a whisper, and we'll ask for maybe just an email so we can get in touch with you in the future, so we can send you off your prize. Congratulations once again. Stick around, folks. We're going to try and squeeze more giveaways during today's stream, but still a lot more to talk about as well. And now more focusing actually on some questions that are specifically coming in from the community. We asked over the past couple of days across our socials and such about what they would like to kind of hear answers about. And we're going to start off with a question coming in on Twitter from SpeedyUK1. I know he's quite an avid fan. He posts a lot of content all the time and sharing screenshots. And he says, as we've seen Germany continue to receive a rework, will we eventually see other countries receive the same updates in the future, such as the UK and mainland Europe, etc.?
I think everybody believes, and we do so. It's inevitable. We have to continue. We actually kind of slowed down a little bit. People may have expected another stage being released as part of this update. We just had to steal everybody that had working pair of hands to help out to ship the Black Sea DLC. But we'll be re-establishing the team after the start of the new year to continue with the changes. The changes to Germany are actually not that huge. It's not like a whole new quality standard that we are not able to put into the new DLCs, but We continue to revisit continental Europe. We continue to revisit American track locations as well. We're not ready to accept the current quality forever. So yeah, well, for sure. Germany and UK were the oldest regions by far because they are based on older games of ours. A lot of the stuff was reused. And this age is obviously showing. It's the quality of the surfaces, the detail and everything, the simplicity of the highway intersections or highway interchanges, all that we know that we can do much better now. So we will definitely go on in revisiting places. When it comes to the UK, which is probably on most hot kind of part of this question for the particular guy, we believe UK will need a total overhaul eventually. So we're talking, I don't know, 10, 12 map designers just reserved for that for a year. That point in time will also come. So it's nothing that we can commit to now or we can give any dates. But this is something that is definitely on our horizon. We know, Poland has been, repeatedly brought up because the lucky folks in Poland actually built so many new highways over the past few years, as opposed to us Czechs, who are very slow about building new highways, new motorways, new big roads. So there's always something that people are bringing up. You should revisit this. You should add this. We will continue going to places and improving the games, and it's a chore that's kind of never ceasing, never ending. So long as we are around, we need to go and maintain the older stuff and bring it up to better quality. So that's kind of implicit commitment that we are always, working on.
And keeping kind of on the subjects of maps, Divan Iberid from also Twitter says, we saw American Truck Simulator receive 2 states in 1 year for the very first time this year, which is an amazing achievement from SCS here, how the teams kind of have released those. Do you think one day that Euro Truck Simulator 2 also might see 2 maps released in 1 year? Of course, we've just had the announcement of Iberia for Euro Truck Simulator 2, and that we're saying that in itself is such a large project because of the size of the country, of course.
Not all regions are created equal. We mentioned briefly Texas as a kind of scary monster on the radar for American Truck Team. Iberia is one such example of something quite huge. The region is much bigger than any previously released DLC. So I wouldn't, there's like 30 people in just Euro Truck Simulator 2 map team that pretty much all of them will be pulled towards Iberia to contribute to it. So I don't see on our horizon doing 2 map DLCs for Europe because the regions that we are working on or that are in our sight for the future are quite sizable. On the other hand, American Truck Team, with the exception of Texas, the other states, as we go west to east, the other states are kind of comparable quality, more under control. You don't need 30 people to build them. So there we are, working on 2 projects in parallel, pre-producing a 3rd one. Ultimately, my dream would be to be able to produce even more than 2 DLCs per year for American Truck. With Europe, we need to balance the new production with revisiting the old areas. So as we hire new people, we also look into reworking the old stuff. Maybe doing a little kind of surprising gifts like Sardinia or Corsica too. So there may be more older DLCs or older content that will be revisiting, not just for refresh, but also for mini expansions of sorts. All that is happening, all that will be happening. So we built the world the best we can. We have over 60 people now just building the maps.
Wow.
That's not counting people building the elements that go into the maps, the asset team, as we call it, 3D asset team, that's creating the bridges and landmarks and houses and trees and rocks and everything. It's another circa 60 people, internal, external, that build the content for the world. So all this is applied to maximum speed that we can to produce new worlds content, and hopefully we are only getting better at this as the time goes on, and hopefully Iberia will not be tasks too big, a task that would be too big for us to produce in our planned time frame. But again, using it again, keep your fingers crossed for us. We try hard to at least give you once a year a massive ETS2 DLC.
And that's a big
the
challenge.
Future.
Absolutely. And for those that are saying in the chat here, a few people were a bit confused about what was going on. They saw Iberia pop up on the screen. Well, if you weren't with us earlier, Pavel here made the huge announcement that Iberia will be the next map release for Euro Truck Simulator 2. You can see the store page now live on Steam, and we also have the link popping up in chat every now and again for you to add that to your Steam wish list, as well as the state of Idaho for American Truck Simulator. Those were both announced today. Very, very exciting news, I know, and very different from the norm that we usually do in terms of announcing things through a blog post and such like that. But I'm sure it's going to spread, as they say, almost like wildfire across our social media and such, with people getting very, very excited about these announcements. So speaking of kind of how things are going for the future, we have another user here who was asking Dean, his name's Dean M33, sorry if I'm pronouncing your username wrong, but talking about kind of like how in this day and age there's obviously a lot of different kind of gaming platforms. We're on PC, and we also have support for other kind of PC OS platforms, and also for VR as well. We have the VR bunch, but Dean was asking, will we ever see ETS2 or ATS arrive on new gaming platforms in the future, for example on console or on mobile, as those are obviously becoming a lot more prevalent in people's lives, you know, gaming on the go sort of thing?
Well, we would love to be present on more platforms, so the ambition is definitely there. Mobile would be a different kind of beast, because the control scheme would be very much would have to be simplified, and the gameplay would be adjusted. But then again, there is very interesting evolution in the world of how you can play these days traditional PC games through like cloud streaming server on any device, basically. There's very interesting evolution from NVIDIA just recently. There's announced some plans. Again, this may be a problem with the control scheme, but chances are, you know, anybody can just connect to the PC game running in the cloud and play our game on any device eventually. Of course, native console support would be absolutely great, and we have, personally, I get so many emails asking, and when is the console version coming for either PlayStation or Xbox or anything? We have made several kind of hints that there's work happening here in our labs. The engine team has this on their radar for sure. At the same time, the very same team is working on the new graphics features, on changing of the Directx 11. It's all been a part of the push towards being more console friendly with the engine, with the underlying technology that we are using to display and run the game, operate the game, to make it more robust when it comes to usage of multiple core CPUs, to have like faster communication with a 3D card or 3D chip, whether it's a PC or a console. So all this should benefit the players of the PC version as well as the players of tentative future console versions. I intentionally want to avoid the term port, because port is kind of indicating that this is like afterthought. Once we move to another platform, we would like to be there really natively with full kind of synchronization of features coming to all platforms, which again makes it like more of a commitment for the internal team. We don't want to just, you know, pay an external third-party team to just port the game and move on. Once we have a port, we need to make sure that we can add features to it just as we can add to the PC version or Mac version or Linux version as of now. So it needs to be more involved kind of effort to get equal parity features and content versions across all the supported platforms. That's the vision, that's the plan, that's the commitment. I'm not ready to commit to any dates still. I feel like I'm repeating my words from last year. This is a long race. This is a marathon of development. This is not really a sprint. But so long as we have fantastic people that stick with us. There's always hope that they can last long enough to get to some cool stuff coming, and console versions would be definitely high on our wish list.
I know a lot of people, like you said, always been inquiring about it. I see it on the social media and every day and such, but it's always nice to receive a little bit of an update about maybe kind of the plan in mind or the things that might be happening here within the office, and lots of people here reacting to that as well. Of course though, we're really, really thankful for everyone who does support us on PC. Obviously we have, like I mentioned earlier, so many, hundreds of thousands and millions of players that do play our game on PC, and we do really, really appreciate all of your support and continuous kind of playing of our game. We can only hope that you're enjoying all the content and such that is coming almost like, well, it almost feels like every month now that we're releasing lots of new stuff.
Lots of stuff happening.
Exactly.
And we are now about to deliver another cargo for the total of our Christmas event.
And let's actually have a look at the quick progress here for World of Trucks. We have now reached 253 stars.
Nice.
4 out of 200 in this second tier. We reached the first tier a little bit early on where players gained an autumn star, and who knows what the next one will be. It has to be a surprise, but of course you can contribute by delivering from the cities. You can see which cities on worldoftrucks.com, as Chendo is showing us here, have been maxed out already. I'm sure if we scroll down the list, we will definitely see a few. I know Berlin was the very first one to hit, but we also got Lille here, have already reached their 5 stars. Paris has as well, Strasbourg, Dortmund, and Dusseldorf. Dusseldorf have already reached a lot of their places. Amsterdam. So lots and lots of work going on even as we speak. Yeah. Lots of you contributing, and of course that doesn't exist just for Euro Truck Simulator 2. Also American Truck Simulator is a joint community goal together. So head to worldoftrucks.com. You can find out all the details there on how to take part and how you can even receive in-game rewards as well as physical rewards for your efforts in helping. And remember, once a city hits its max, if you can find some places that may be a little bit quieter, you can help contribute to those, and you can contribute towards the big community goals, which, there are some things there that we have posted about. There might be some other things that are kept a surprise. So who knows what you might hit next and what you might receive. So do keep an eye on all of those pages there. And of course, share your screenshots with us across our social media as well. We love seeing them. We love seeing how you're enjoying the event and also seeing your truck combinations. I'm especially loving seeing the Lone Star with the lovely light-up trailer like Chendo's driving in the night.
And just look at Chendo's screen, and I'm reminded that I was personally with the team from SCS standing at that bridge. Was it like 3 years ago, 2 years ago? We were visiting Packard Research Center on a very kind invitation to record the engine sounds and make the photo session of their vehicles. And we were, taking a tour through Washington State, and this is a very famous landmark bridge there. And I find it in the game now, and it's so cool.
It is great. I mean, I think I've mentioned it quite a few times on stream before, but me and Oscar had the wonderful privilege of heading over to PAX West, and it was just not long after the release of Washington, and that kind of blew our mind a little bit because we'd seen so much of it and posted so much on it about on social media and seen the blog screenshots, and then to actually be there and being like, oh my goodness, this is this part from the game. Oh my god, this is this. It was kind of really almost like a very, very weird feeling. We met lots of great people there, such as Riostream. I know I just saw him in the Twitch channel. He's a big Facebook American truck streamer. Here he is actually here. Saying was happy to meet you guys at PAX West. Great to see you here, Ryan. Glad you can join us on the stream this evening as well. I'm sure lots of the community will be excited to hear about the announcement of Idaho being an American trucker, so make sure to share the news about that, and as well as Iberia for Euro Truck Simulator 2. Right, I think we definitely should do that. We've got Nimro behind the scenes who's prompting us to do another giveaway. I keep forgetting how time is flying on the stream, and I think we should give away the 2 keys which we have. We have one for Road to the Black Sea, and we have one for Utah, our most recent releases for American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. So let's do another giveaway on that, folks. So get your keyboards and your typing hands ready, and we'll draw ourselves a winner. We just got to think of another keyword, which is the fun part of it. And for this one, well, let's have a look here, if I can get to the page correctly. I think, let's have a think. Keyword for the keys. maybe we should do just the word key or just keyword. It's kind of a play on the prizes maybe. The keyword is keyword.
Okay, the keyword is keyword.
The keyword is keyword. Oh,
We
hype
ran-
train. We got hype train as well. It's a good idea.
That's a great suggestion. Okay,
Let's
we
do
ran
that.
out of ideas,
We
but
did.
Nemira is coming with fresh
Saving it.
brain power, so
Okay,
Hype
folks.
train.
So we're going to have 2 winners on this giveaway draw. One for Vote to the Black Sea for Euro Truck Simulator 2 and one for Utah for American Truck Simulator. The keyword is hype train. So let's get a hype train going in the chats right now. I can see you already going crazy in the chats with a hype train. So get those typing in the chat and our bot will pick them up and choose a random winner.
keyword is not the keyword, it's hype train.
It's hype train, yeah. So,
So
sorry,
we
do
changed
confuse
our mind, it's hype train. for
hype
sure.
train. As you can see, everyone typing in the chat and Steam a little bit more delayed, but if you get the hype train going, I'm sure people will catch on. So yeah, key for Vote to the Black Sea and a key for Utah are your prizes. And we still, I believe, have just a couple more prizes if we can fit them in somewhere towards the end of the stream, as time is flying. All right, we'll leave that to go for a couple of minutes and we'll get on to another question while we're waiting for everyone to get their entries in. Marcelo Julio, maybe quite a familiar name, maybe you've seen across social media, saying, what does it feel like for the first time in company history to deliver 3 trucks in the same year, 2 for ETS and 1 for ATS?
I think we may have even touched this. It's always great, to repeat myself, it's always great to be able to produce more than people kind of expect, but at the same time, people actually expect more of us ever. so for many people, 3 is not enough. American Truck Simulator especially is still, kind of half complete when it comes to the presence of brands, of manufacturers in the game. The good news is that the relations that we have with the remaining manufacturers are ever improving. We have some great announcements coming early next year, some more trucks in development, some more trucks already photographed, and we have some references. So the team is busy building more vehicles, and finally, ultimately, it would be great to see American Truck Simulator to cover all of the important brands on the market, because there's always this loyalty between, people just don't drive trucks. They drive, they have this emotional relation to Peterbilt, Mack, whoever. So we need to make everybody happy. We know we need to do it more. The same with Europe. There have been some facelifts. There are new trucks on the horizon. There are new manufacturers joining. So all this is being looked into. All this we have to follow. All this we have to sort. At the same time, building a new truck is a huge effort, a team effort. It's like multiple people building the vehicle itself, and the vehicle itself, it's not just one model. It's a set of building blocks. It's like so many combinations of cabin sizes, the chassis versions, the smokestacks, American truck, the chrome versus paint versus plastic on the mirrors, on the different parts. So a truck may be actually 900 parts that need to be aware of each other. They need to be influencing the rest of the vehicle. If you choose one, component like an engine, it affects your choice of trims for the interior or the badge that you can put or should be appearing on the vehicle from the outside. So all this is like a huge structure that somebody needs to maintain, put into the data sets. There's the paint jobs that need to be applied eventually to any new truck.
Yeah.
So there is the programming effort or kind of tuning effort put into making the interior alive. The dashboard is each time unique, so you need to make sure all the different controls, all the different levers and dials work, and the digital displays. So there's many years into a truck, invested into a new truck. So it's not running too quickly. It's not like we can turn this into a factory production kind of. It's always kind of very involved, very hands-on process for the team. So we would love to do even more than 3. There may be a point in time when we manage to do so. There are so many people writing, wishing for older trucks from the past era, the iconic vehicles of the past. We would just love to be able to do that at some point. There's always the demand for like lower class vehicles. Why not do all the way from vans through local delivery vehicles all the way to the long range. Again, at some point in time, we may be able to grow into the size that could sustain this kind of development. I wish. I'm always at least the same. At the same time, I'm scared of this vision. I don't know how many people this could take eventually, but we don't stop dreaming. Never say never. We try hard to get better and faster and more productive about what we do.
But it's always really, really cool to see kind of SES almost breaking kind of the records and the record books and the history, and seeing that 2019 was just such a huge year for the company.
It wasn't a bad year. There's never enough opportunities to thank the team, because actually we are saying nice words about working with the fans and their support. The team here absolutely deserves super thank you for all the hard work that they poured into the project. There've been a lot of sweat and not blood, but a lot of personal even sacrifices to make things happen. Lots of sometimes there's frustration as a part of the process, because these are huge projects. These are interconnected projects. We are still learning how to operate a company of this size, how to operate the teams of this size. We don't have many people here would be coming from the outside with experience from larger productions, from larger game teams. We are basically building the company as we go, from small starts to bootstrapping all the way to the size. So it's quite a process. It's quite a lot of ups and downs, but it's been a great year, and we hope for more of such years.
We're looking forward to the new year indeed, and it's just around the corner. Like I said earlier, I can't believe we're already at the 19th of December, and we're moving fast towards the new year, but lots of exciting things to think about for the future. Right, shall we roll this giveaway then? We'll roll ourselves in. I think we've had enough time. Lots of you put in that keyword, so we've got a few more seconds left. We'll roll that winner. So remember, hype train is the keyword, folks, and we're going to roll that winner for you now, as long as it'll take me to open up the tab to get it here. And we'll roll first for Utah, considering we're driving in Utah right now, I believe. Beautiful, beautiful state. So this is for the first winner will be for Utah, and the second one for Road to Black Sea, so good luck to everyone. The first one is Aim Desard. Congratulations. I will send you a whisper. You have won yourself a copy of Utah for American Truck Simulator. And I guess the great thing is that if you already own Utah for American Truck Simulator, you can always gift it to a friend. Maybe as a quick Christmas gift if you forgot to get them something, so make sure you can do that as well. So congratulations, Aim Desard, you won yourself Utah. And we're going to roll it again one more time for Road to the Black Sea. Let's roll again, and the winner is... even more numbers in a name. Mark0V95. I hope that's how I'm saying your name. M4RK0V95. Congratulations, you've won yourself Road to the Black Sea for Euro Truck Simulator 2. And remember, you can win more of these prizes on our sharing campaign on Twitter using the hashtag Xmas Grand Giving. Just share a picture of you taking part in the World of Trucks Christmas event, which is happening right now on Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, and you'll be entered into a giveaway to win many more of these fantastic prizes, which we have to give away from not only from ourselves here, like the voucher and such like that, but also from some of our partners and friends over at Tobii and a few other places as well. Right, so I will be in touch with both of you very shortly for some contact details. And remember, folks, keep sending your questions. We do have just a little bit more time left to answer some, but maybe we might have to do a bit of a quick fire here for some of these questions as we come towards, I think, maybe our last delivery for this evening. I think time has gone quite quickly here on the stream.
I think we're not that pressed for meeting any particular moment.
No.
One can only last so much. I always admire the big streamers that they can go for 4 or 5 hours.
Long time.
It must be grueling. Well, it takes some training for sure. We may not be that trained that well, but we are happy to be with you. We are happy to be with our fans, and we are happy to share the news and answer the questions. So we can last a little bit more for sure.
That's it. And we had lots of great questions, of course, concerning some of the future things and the past things. I don't remember where I wrote it down, but somebody was also, if I remember correctly, on social media. I have so many pages here, folks. I apologise. There's a lot of people asking questions here. We were talking a little bit earlier about Fmod and the kind of great sounds that will be bringing in the future. But Austin Phoenix asking here, would it be possible in the future for drivers to be open their truck windows? I'd love to be able to hear the outside internal camera view, or maybe even their doors.
Yeah. Is there any blog post where people wouldn't comment that when are windows going to be, openable in the games? We mentioned before that the focus of the new 1.37 update it's in planning or actually in preparation stages, is new sound library support, the F-mode library, and taking advantage of the power it brings. And as part of that, we finally should be technically able to implement windows that allow the sound from the outside environment in, and actually gradually as you open the window and shut it down again, so close it again. So yes, we will have windows that open and close in foreseeable future, and we will have much more when it comes to sound. We will have much more interaction with the environment, with the reflections, with the Doppler effects. So cool stuff happening in sound department next.
That's it. So something to look forward to in the future, of course. Keep an eye on our socials and our blog. Those are the places where you'll find those announcements first. And of course, here on our streams as well, I'm sure we'll have plenty more of them in 2020, doing more with you, and hopefully some maybe even a bit new content to kind of experiment with here on the streams as well. So make sure to give us a follow here. Keep an eye out for those announcements as well, because of course we'll do one more. Yeah, we get one more to give you all the news there that you need to hear. I know lots of you are always excited to hear more. If any of you are just joining us, by the way, I know lots of people have been saying, I'm running a little bit late, so I only just got in here. There will be a replay of this that you can watch at any time on our Twitch here, twitch.tv/SES Software, but I believe it'll also be replayed on Steam, so you can jump on Steam at any time as well and check us out there. So hello to whoever might be watching at this time. Remember, you can also take part in our World of Trucks Christmas event that's happening right now at worldoftrucks.com. I just lost it there, but there was a comment just not far above in the chat, but lots of you chatting in there, asking if there was anything you wanted to kind of personally say to the communities out there. We kind of touched a bit about mods and such as well, like that, modders and lots of different talented people in the community. But if there's anything you wanted to kind of address to the community in terms of maybe how, I don't know what maybe you'd like to say. Yeah,
I have no prepared statement there,
no.
so I will have to just scratch my head to see. Obviously, we mentioned it repeatedly. It's fantastic to have such a positive, loyal, nice community that supports us with not just the laugh and purchases, but that goes. In many cases, it gets quite involved in the process with us. People help us with research suggestions. People help us testing. We have this group of loyal testers who have our trust to see things in advance, and they pour a lot of their time, just like volunteers, with no hope of any rewards. Just our kind of sometimes maybe getting a T-shirt from time to time, but something simple and cheap. But it's so gratifying, so much, such a pleasure to work with such positive community with us, to see all the mods created, all the creativity being shared with the community, all the massive mods that have been going for multiple years, that learn to work as huge teams just as well. We just recently had boys from was it Truckers MP here in the office, in the studio, and I think they have like over 150 people contributing or being like community managers, or it's just huge structures that are built around and on top of our own effort. So thanks everybody who is such a great fan, who is such a supporter. It's great to be with you. I love my job. It's something I absolutely didn't expect. A decade ago, the games world was very different. We were all producing these box products and putting them on the market somehow, if we were lucky, and then kind of forgetting about it. Now with the with the magic of the internet, of the social platforms, we can be so much in touch with the players. We can do so much for them. We can drive an event right alongside them now, and see it on the screen, and then it's all kind of reverbing, echoing through the social space. So thanks a lot. Thanks for the team. Thanks for the players. Thanks for the supporters. It's a great time to be. It's a great place to be. It's a fantastic genre to be in. We are happy to be part of your hobby. We are proud to be part of your life. It's great.
And thank you to everyone who continually supports us, and everyone from our community who really just, no matter how small or big, maybe you kind of work in a project or if you're just trucking on the road, it really does mean a lot to us. Well, I think Chenna's in his delivery mode here, so it looks like he'll be delivering the last load of the evening, but I believe we still have one more.
We have the giveaway
to give away, yes. And this one's a special one. This one's a special one. It's for our eShop. We have let me just double check, I believe it was a €60 voucher, if I remember correctly, on one of these pages. Yes, it was. So it will be a eShop voucher or gift card for €60 that you can spend on our eShop. So I believe we should do one last giveaway for that for our community as a massive thank you to our best community ever. And maybe, just maybe, that should also be our key words. We also do have the cooling pad as well, which I forgot about that as well. There's more prizes, so we'll do two in one again.
I guess
or we can do one more.
We'll be forced to do another.
Maybe you can do another job.
Another job.
We'll do another job maybe.
We can last a little bit more.
Okay. So let's do.
There's more topics more questions to answer.
Let's do the eShop giveaway first. Let's do that eShop.scsoft.com if you want to check out any of the merchandise, folks. Is a €60 gift voucher to spend on anything that you like on there, and we'll be sending that your way. So let's do the keywords. I think a lot of people are already guessing the keyword there and already throwing eShop into the chat, so we'll make that the keyword for this evening. So there we are, for folks. If you use the word eShop in our chat, it should now pick you up as someone entering who can be eligible for the giveaway. So eShop in the chat, and you can win yourself a €60 gift voucher to spend on anything on eShop. We have lovely t-shirts there, some very comfortable hoodies, accessories, lanyards, and even some special versions of our games. I believe we have still maybe the Enchanted version that exists of American Truck Simulator on there as well. So whatever your heart desires, folks, whatever your heart desires, eShop is the keyword. And just another quick checkup on our World of Trucks Christmas Grand Giving progress. We have 57 stars out of 200, so in total 250 stars reached, and many cities still collecting their stars. Of course, the event will be lasting through until January, so plenty of time to take part and to find a better time to hopefully achieve your personal goal and reach a little bit of a reward for yourselves to contribute towards the community goal.
I think we are just getting started here, just with the community. I usually, when I spend my Christmas vacation somewhere, I bring my laptop or check things from my mobile phone. So I remember either a year ago or 2 years ago during the Christmas events, like the 25th, 26th of December is like the peak when people have the time. They want to relax. And luckily for us, many of them prefer to relax with our game. So that's when we reach the record numbers of players connected, and then the crazy time when so many people are playing our games. So looking forward to it again, hopefully.
Yeah, and lots of you, of course, I imagine this weekend will be taking part. There will always be a big kind of increase that we'll see from the community. Of course, it's been still kind of the weekdays of people working and also maybe still at school, but I know a lot of people are breaking up for the holidays this weekend, as are a lot of people in our office who will be taking time to go home and spend Christmas either at home or with their family and friends and such like that as well. So I imagine we'll see a very, very big increase there. We'll give you another 30 seconds, folks, for this eShop giveaway. Make sure to use the keyword eShop, and it'll pick you up, and we'll do a giveaway on that. That's a €60 voucher spent on anything in eShop. And then after that, we just have one more thing to give away, which is a laptop cooler. which actually might be handy for this laptop that I have here right now. It sits underneath your laptop with some fans.
The advanced gaming laptops sometimes generate a lot of heat. So I imagine this is a device that can cool down the CPU or GPU and actually prevent the laptop from throttling the CPU from slowing down when it feels like it's too hot. So all these gadgets. Meanwhile, we'll be announcing the end of the giveaway.
Yes.
Thing.
Let's do this.
I remembered another kind of topic that I wanted to touch.
Sure, please do.
We mentioned just in the previous question how great it is to interact with the community, how great it is to have these platforms these days, to share news, to hear back from. This is actually kind of a goal of its own to have our fan base present on these communication channels, on social media for us. It's been mentioned repeatedly again and again with discussions with partners, with truck manufacturers, with hardware manufacturers. They kind of view a game through the same eyes as they do see influencers, streamers, YouTubers, public persons that kind of form the opinion that help them become visible. So our game is actually, we are not streamers, like primarily, we just stream here as a hobby. But we have a game that is a platform for visibility, for interaction, for kind of emotional connection with brands, with products. So when we come to, let's say, a truck manufacturer and they say, oh, you have 100,000 people on Twitter almost, or more than that on Instagram, they see, you are kind of in the same league as many influencers, how much interaction you get with people who are fans of the industry, fans of the brands. So that's why we also bother people from time to time. Can you guys go and like us somewhere on Twitter or follow us somewhere on a platform? Because this is also a tool in our tool chain to persuade our partners that this is not a small niche game. This is actually quite a sizable game, quite a sizable group of fans of a hobby that is very much connected to their industry, whether it's transportation, whether it's hardware manufacturers. So it's a goal of its own to be visible. It's like feeding more support for our cause from the partners. So if you are following us on social media, great. If not, consider adding us, liking us, whatever. We try to be up to date about becoming and coming to any platform. I don't know, there may be new platforms that I've missed. I'm not such a young guy to jump on any new trend, but we try hard to have ways to reach our players, to give them ways to reach us wherever they prefer to be. So it's also an important part of the mix. These days, making a game is not enough. Selling a game, having the game to be discovered is super important, and that's part of the deal these days.
That's it, and of course we love seeing all of the tweets and screenshots and more that you share with us on social media every single day. We do our very best to retweet them. Oh shoot!
You stop paying attention.
No. There goes the trailers, unfortunately. Oh dear. But we love seeing the content that you share every single day on social media, folks. So keep sharing it across our social media channels. We do like seeing it. Instagram, Facebook. We have 3 pages actually on our Facebook. We have SCS software page, we have the American Truck Simulator page, and the Euro Truck Simulator 2 page. So depending on maybe which one you prefer, you can give them all a like, and you'll see different content from each one. And also as well for some of our international fans, maybe over in Asia and in China, we also have Weibo as well, which is specifically for Mandarin speakers. So you can find out content there as well if you speak that language. And of course we do some translations on our Steam community as well for different languages as well. So it's great to reach so many different parts of the world with those kind of posts. So shall we roll this winner for the eShop now? I believe they've definitely had enough time on this. So this is for the €60 gift card for our eShop at eshop.scsoft.com. Lots of cool, great trucking swag there if you want to check it out. we will roll the winner now. And good luck to everybody who's entered. Thank you to everyone that's entered. And let's see who's won this. So let's give it a roll. And the winner is, oh, if the button wants to work, Pitbull Loyalty. Congratulations, you have won yourself a €60 gift card for the eShop. We'll give you a message in just a few moments to ask for more details, but congratulations. I hope you enjoy shopping over our eShop and that you get yourself something nice, maybe a t-shirt or a hoodie to keep you warm this winter, or maybe even one of our mugs as well to put some hot chocolate in or something. Right, so we've had a lot of people in the chat who've been asking throughout the stream as well, asking about, we've seen the addition of lots of great ownable trailers over many different versions. 1.36 had some really nice ones as well. Can we see more of those in the future? Lots of people really enjoying kind of seeing in the trailer content, maybe even different types of trailers. Is that something, a possibility we'll see?
Absolutely hope so. I'm not ready to divulge anything, to reveal anything, but there's always some part of the company working somewhere in a dark corner on new stuff. We would love to involve more new brands. We would love to expand the feature set of the game. So we have, dialogues, contacts with several trailer manufacturers. It's always a process. You always have to make sure that you can actually get the reference materials just right for the team to be able to work on this. But we hope that to bring more trailers and more capabilities for the involved trailers for both games in foreseeable future. Just no announcement yet. We were focusing today on the new map expansions. The rest we'll see through the year.
Yes.
Through the next year.
Of course, those are the big announcements. If you haven't heard already, folks, we'll spoil it again for you now. Idaho was announced as the next state for American Truck Simulator, which is all very, very exciting. I think it will be a great addition to American Truck Simulator. And of course, very famous for a lot of things, but I think it's biggest famous for is potatoes, of course.
So they will have to feature
They will definitely have to feature somewhere, maybe a potato farm or two somewhere along the way. And also for Euro Truck Simulator 2, we are very excited to announce that Iberia will be the next map DLC available for that game. I know a lot of people have been very excited for that for a very long time, and lots of people, I'm sure, will be sharing their joy across our social media, as they're saying. So definitely let us know if you're excited for that, and make sure to add that to your wish list on Steam. The store pages are now live on Steam, so you go check out some of the few pictures that we have there. Also some artist, I guess, impressions you can call it.
Actually, the screenshots are very much representative of the. They have been done through in the kind of research areas of the new worlds, as we don't build the worlds of the new DLC content like uniformly and equally across all parts of it. We usually start with some sort of seeds that are kind of experimental stages of that set the quality bar for the new DLC. So these are not fakes for sure. These are not just artist impressions. These are taken from content that we have built so far. Of course, we should add work in progress kind of disclaimer there, because they may be retouched and adjusted further. But these are really locations that people should find in the game eventually.
Yeah, we're seeing some of them now here on the screen as Chender is showing us. You can go check it out for yourself on Steam. And also Idaho exists there as well once it appears here. There it is. Looking very lovely. So again, very exciting indeed to have those. All right, so with all the amazing questions we've been having coming through, massive thank you to everyone who asked their questions and have sent stuff in. We thank you for contributing to today's stream, because obviously without all your questions and excitement for everything, I don't think we would have much of a stream. So it's great to have you all here, and thanks for sticking around for so much. But unfortunately, we do have to slowly wrap things up here. We still have the cooler to give away as well, so let's get straight onto that as well. And we'll get onto that. So this is the giveaway for a C-Tech cooling pad, which is for your laptop. As you can see here, you can put it underneath, and we'll do the last giveaway for that. So we will make the keyword I think would be appropriate is cool.
Yeah,
exactly what I was thinking. Same wavelength. Look at that. Cool. Very easy. So cool, C-O-O-L, not with a K but with a C, is your keyword to win that prize. You can enter for that now across our chats, and we will be rolling the winner for that in just a few moments. But wow, what a stream it's been. It's been so exciting to kind of talk about so many great things for the future and kind of wrap up 2019 as well. It's been a big year and we've seen so many great features, and I think it's just been such an amazing kind of team effort, not only from our teams here, but also from the community as well, to kind of make 2019 just such a big year for everybody. And I think you know, we've got a lot to look forward to in 2020 as well. And I'm really excited for the new year.
Yeah.
I know everyone's also very, very excited to kind of get on their Christmas vacations as well.
Yeah,
and
I think everybody needs to recharge their batteries.
Yeah, have a bit of a break.
Here, as we mentioned, the team here, the fantastic team here, has been working super hard, especially now towards the end of the year, to get the DLCs tested, polished, get them out, to get them promoted, to get the event, you know, the new features of the World of Trucks event operational and ready, and to babysit the launch of it. We got these announcements to make, so this also makes a lot of work for the artists. Just today we were still tweaking the tentative pack shots or images representing the packaging of the new DLC. We are working until the last moment, and then we hopefully have a few weeks to recharge, to refresh, and in January we are back in full strength and in full focus and actually energized and optimistic for the new year.
That's it. And before we wrap things up, do you have any big plans for Christmas? Do you have anything that you're doing traditional over the Christmas period, or are you just going to spend it with your family?
We are spending it with the family. We are, you know, having a great time. We plan to travel abroad this year. We will see how it works for us. Usually we would be just, you know, at home and resting there. We have to visit the family ahead of Christmas, and then we move and we spend a little bit under the sun if everything goes as expected. So I hope that people also find the time to rest, take a break, maybe spend a bit of it with the game, maybe, you know, finally connect to your family, extended family, and really think about more important things than just, you know, stupid computer games. But at the same time, please support us. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for being so loyal fans to our games. We appreciate it. We are happy to have you. We are privileged to be part of such a great community.
Perfect. And speaking of fans, I think we should draw the giveaway for the laptop cooler. Many fans you can get, maybe your biggest fan that you will own. So let's do that now. So good luck to everybody who's entered in this competition. This is our last giveaway for today, but remember, you can win even more prizes over the Christmas period by participating in our hashtag sharing campaign. Xmas Grand Giving is the hashtag you need to use with a screenshot from in-game of you taking part in the WoTr Trucks event, and you can win even more of these fantastic prizes that we have to give out. So make sure to share your screenshots on our social media, and let's roll the giveaway now. And congratulations to Daniel Lou 91 or Denlu 91. I will send you a message. Congratulations, my friend. You have won yourself a Z-Tech laptop cooler. I hope it cools your laptop down and or makes a great gift for somebody. So congratulations. I will be in touch shortly. Well, unfortunately, that is all that we have time for here in the SES studio, and I believe, and it will be actually, not I believe, but will be the last stream of 2019.
This is the last stream.
This is the last one.
Let's see how much streaming we can pack into our busy schedule next year. We definitely want to be in touch with our player base. Streams are a fantastic opportunity to talk about stuff, to get back feedback in real time. So looking forward to the next year and to the future streams. But for now, have a great day, have a great evening or morning, wherever you are. Thanks for being with us, and have a great time during the upcoming festive season. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, folks. We do appreciate you sticking by with us. We hope you enjoy checking out the store pages. Remember, Iberia and Idaho, Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator are next map expansions. Add them to your wish list. A massive thank you to the guys who have also been helping running the stream today. Mr. Chenda, who's been your fantastic driver for today. maybe 4 stars on the Uber app, maybe 4 stops. And also we have Nimuro behind the scenes, who's been doing our production and making everything run here this evening. So folks, from all of us here at SES Software, here based in
Prague in the Czech Republic. We hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year, and we'll see you on the other side in 2020. From all of us, we'll see you then. Have a good night, everyone. See you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.